Hello and welcome to Tête à Tête, France 24's flagship interview show. We have two guests today, Tonya Lewis Lee and Spike Lee. Thank you very much for being our guest here in New York City. A few weeks ago, the president of Benin, Patrice Talon, appointed you as ambassadors to the African American diaspora here in the US. Tonya, I want to ask you, how did this come about?
Well, this summer I was in Benin as part of a group from National Geographic that is looking to do some work to bring an underwater monument to Benin to honor and memorialize the nearly 2 million people who died in the ocean along the transatlantic slave trade.
The Middle Passage, right?
Yes. And so we went to Benin because we would like for the first monument to be there in Benin. I met with a lot of the ministers of the government, actually had the opportunity to meet with President Talon as well. And after meeting with everyone and getting to know Benin a bit, and they got to know me, the Minister of Foreign Affairs asked if we would be, Spike and I, ambassadors, thematic ambassadors to Benin. Evidently, we had I had a really wonderful time meeting the people of Benin.
I wasn't there.
He was not there, but we found common ground, and I'm just really thrilled that they honored us in this way and look forward to working with them.
You, if I'm not mistaken, you went to Ghana back in 2019.
We went together.
And it was the Year of Return campaign. How is this different? Because this happened, there was some criticism that it was maybe not deep enough, if I may use the expression. How is that different in your eyes?
Well, I was not there when my dear wife made a trip back to the motherland. That's why I'm wearing this hat today, because in the year 1619, when our ancestors were stolen from Mother Africa and brought to the United States of America. So there's always been a history of the reconnection. Go back to Marcus Garvey, you know, who his thing was, let's go back to Africa, the motherland. So this is something that is not new. And I'm just glad to be part of it. I've been, in fact, the last scene we shot in Malcolm X was in South Africa, Soweto, with Nelson Mandela. I mean, so I've been there several times, and when this offer came up, I was amazed, and I'm looking forward. Actually, I haven't been to Benin yet, so I'm going. We got to figure it out when we're going. But it's going to be it's before the end of the year, right?
Right, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But this also implies that you are asking for the citizenship of Benin. There's a new mechanism that was put in place whereby people who have parents, descendants from areas where there was the slave trade taking place.
Enslaved.
Yeah.
Enslaved.
Yeah.
And so you are going to become citizenship of another country than the one you...
Yes, I think that, you know, there have been a few, and I think you mentioned Ghana. I think Ghana was also offering citizenship, but I believe you had to invest. What's unique and wonderful about what's happening in Benin is that they're offering citizenship to those who are of African descendants, whose ancestors, who can prove their ancestry, essentially comes from the slave trade, because Benin has a very long history of also being involved in the slave trade, right? And so there is a sense of wanting reconciliation. So it is welcoming those of us of the diaspora back home, if you will. There is no need for investment. It is about just you apply, and it's the application fee. And if you can prove your ancestry, you receive citizenship. So yes, we look forward to citizenship of Benin.
I'd like to say this, though. Sure. The one moment that has not really been surpassed, when Roots was on TV. What year? It was mid-'70s? Mm-hmm. Alex Haley's book. That changed everything. I mean, almost every American was watching Roots. And there really hasn't been anything that I know that reached that level of, I don't know what the word is.
I just say, as an African American, just to be able to connect to the continent in some way. Like, I don't know, I've done DNA. I know I do have ancestry along the west coast of Africa. And the thing about what Benin is doing is you don't have to prove that you're from Benin. You just have to prove that you have ancestry along the west coast of Africa, which essentially means that you come from the West Coast, right?
How do you envision your role?
Spread the word. Spread the word. I mean, I don't think that's an accident that they chose Tonya and I, who were prominent African American Negroes. Okay. And spread the word, you know? Spread the word that our brothers and sisters of Benin are telling us, come home, welcome us home, you know, come back to the motherland. Come back where your roots are. And also, we could be an example to other African nations to do the same.
And the world over.
We could be a blueprint. You know?
And the world over. Because when you talk about slavery, it's a very difficult thing. And I think that if Benin is able to show how we can all heal from that, what true healing looks like, I think they can be an example, as you said, for the entire world.
Right. I want to ask you, I mean, I don't know if it's related or not, but obviously here the situation in the U.S., racial relations under Donald Trump.
Who?
You know who. I'm sure you know. He's just a president for only several months, but already he's taken steps in terms of free speech, in terms of what should be shown or not shown in museums. He seems to have questions the slavery, history, and many things. I mean, how do you feel about this?
Not good. You know, I've been asked many times, sir, about the political situation here in this country. And my answer is that a title of a film directed by the great director Peter Weir, starring Mel Gibson, let's leave his politics out now, but title's called The Year of Living Dangerously. And that's where we're at now. The year, I think, for me, that explains everything. This is a year of living dangerously.
What's the biggest danger for you?
The world's in peril. All the stuff that's going on. Gaza, you know, nuclear weapons, all, I mean, it's this year, I think that, for me, I don't think I'd really go into depth, but that's the title of that film, The Year of Living Dangerously.
How do you feel about the race? You know, I mean, obviously race is something that Donald Trump implicitly or explicitly talks a lot about.
Yes,
and,
well, I'm African American. As I said, my people have been here a long time. My parents grew up in the segregated South. To me, Donald Trump is nothing new. I think he's saying the quiet parts out loud. I think we make a lot of progress, and then we make steps backwards, and then we make progress again. The good news is Donald Trump will not be president forever. And people will rise up as they are. You know, my hope is that humanity, that good does win over evil ultimately, but we have to fight for it. And that's what's been happening in this country since the beginning of it. And we'll just have to keep going, you know.
You're both filmmakers, producers. You mentioned Malcolm X. In today's America, do you think such a movie could happen?
Oh, could I make Malcolm X today? That's a very good question. And to be honest, I really try to stay away from those what if questions. The fact is we made the film. So, and it's going to be here forever. People are being galvanized by what is happening, what's happening in the White House. So justice is going to prevail, I think. Look what happened with the whole turn on Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, people.
Yeah, the people did that.
But what?
The people got him back.
I said the
Yeah,
people.
no, I'm agreeing with you.
Oh.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing.
All right.
It's very nice.
The people, here's we got to understand. United States of America, this is almighty dollar. When people said, F that, I'm canceling my subscriptions, and they saw the amount of money they were losing, there were some discussions. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
It just was like Jimmy snapped his fingers and he's back on the air. No, there was American people, a large portion of the American people stood up with their money. Jimmy Kimmel's back on television.
Thank you very much
Thank you.
to both of you, Tonya Lewis Lee, Spike Lee, for being our guests here. And thank you for watching this edition of Tête à Tête here on France 24.